1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost a weekend and you don't know what to do. Or you just need something fun to listen to.
Southside Pod!
Yes, we're on the air.
Pod.
And the gang's all here, all things on the South Side. We're listening to the Southside Pod.
So we did it.
Cut! That's a wrap! Print it!
Professional podcast.
Mike and I were nerds today. You would have
Today.
Yeah, today.
Right.
I mean, more so than normal.
You would have gotten a kick out of. You would have gotten a kick out of watching it for all of about 3-4 minutes, so you could yell nerd.
I don't play D&D.
And then you would have walked away. No, we were doing fantasy baseball.
Okay.
We did it.
Not really nerdy anymore. That's
don't,
pretty mainstream.
I feel kind of nerdy when I do
if you explain all the rules of our league, it's...
Well, I'm not going to get into all the rules of our league, but I'll tell you the basics, okay? It's a dynasty league where you keep an entire 40-man roster.
Jeez.
Of Major League Baseball players, okay? And 26 of them are on your Major League roster, just like you would a regular baseball.
Yeah.
And you get to keep anybody you want to as long as they're under 30 and 4 guys over 30 every year.
Seems unfair.
Okay, so guys age out.
Okay.
You can only keep so many older veterans.
Gotcha.
And that makes people want to trade for prospects of young players so they can keep their team young and still be competitive every year.
You're like the actual owner of the team at this
You're
point.
the owner of the team. You run all the things.
Right.
So we do every year a winter meetings at the bar here, and the owners come over, and everybody starts making trades. And basically what happens is, like, for the first hour, nobody does anything, right, Mike?
Yeah.
And people start.
I came an hour late. And
people start
nothing had happened
drinking.
yet.
And then people start deciding they're going to make some kind of trade, and then you get all kinds of trades that get made between people. And that's what we did. It was 4 hours of a bunch of grown men
pretending
they're baseball GMs and trading players.
That's a really great use of your time.
It was fun. I had a beer or two.
This is what guys do.
Is it?
Right? Yeah, I do. I think that there's a lot of guys that do this. Like, if you see a bunch of women sitting around and doing like a fantasy sports league like this, you see them like saying that we're all going to sit down and pretend to be like, that's the thing.
They're fantasizing about other guys,
right?
While you guys are doing this.
They're with other guys. That's what they're doing. Okay, sweetheart, go have fun at your fantasy baseball thing, and then they're calling somebody else up.
Ooh, right.
They're out. Right. That's the thing. But I think that's such a male thing. Like, men like to participate in groups, clubs, things like that, where they get to pretend that they're the GM of a baseball team or a football team, or like you mentioned, Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I know there are girls that play it, but most of the D&D players I know are male. Like, guys like, I mean, think about video games, right?
They like to submerge themselves in another reality.
There's an entire set of men out there that love to play games where they get to simulate what it would be like being a soldier running around killing people. They don't join, but they go and that's what they want. They're living another life while they're doing it. There's people who cosplay like they're in Star Wars, and then they go to Star Wars Land in Disney and they film themselves actually talking to the guy dressed up as Kylo Ren. I mean, like,
there are also a lot of men stemmed in reality, right?
I think
I don't know them.
No, but the thing is, I feel like I'm in reality.
I don't do any of that
I feel like
stuff.
I'm in reality, but I also like playing sports games where
Maybe
I get to build my roster. Yeah, you're a miserable person.
See, some of us like to escape from reality every once in a while.
Right, you have no fantasy. There's nothing you're doing that is like other than just real life. And I guess if you really enjoy I enjoy my real life generally. Like right now, it's been a little bit complicated. But
fantasy selling Girl Scouts?
Fantasy Girl Scout selling.
I sold 600 boxes today online.
But isn't that what every phone game that you have is? Like, if somebody's playing one of these stupid games where you got to build your farm. Now all of a sudden you're a farm tycoon, and you're building, like, making sure that you or if you're doing like some kind of cookie game where you're making cookies. I mean, like, the people that are
way into it, like, that's okay if it's a hobby. But people that are way into it, I think they are really trying to escape their awful, miserable life.
Well, it's all those. I mean, aren't there things? Do they still have that Second Life stuff?
Remember that?
And these people go in there.
Still
they still do that? No, those people are still hooked up to their video games. We haven't heard.
They
from
don't know.
They're still linked in completely, right?
When COVID happened, they went in there and they never came out.
Yeah, they didn't even know COVID's around. They were just.
They never came out.
There's no COVID in Second Life.
I had a COVID thought today driving through Mount Greenwood.
Oh boy,
what's a COVID thought?
I thought about the impact of COVID. No.
It's another podcast.
No. Just an impact of COVID thing, right? Like, so I drove down the street and I saw. I didn't see. Maybe it's still there, but I could have sworn that around 111th and Kedzie, there was a salon that was specific to getting lice out of kids' hair.
There was.
Like that's all they dealt with. It's kids that had lice.
There was.
And I don't see it there anymore. It looks like it's been renamed as something else. And I wonder if because when the kids all had to leave school, because that's the thing, they all left school, they all got away from each other for so long.
No lice outbreak.
And I thought to myself, I haven't heard of a lice outbreak since COVID. Maybe I'm
Co-
wrong, but I haven't
COVID?
heard one.
Cured lice.
Now I just said the word.
That was the
I
plan
said the word
the whole
lice, and
time.
I want to itch my head now as I talk.
I'm itchy too.
Yeah, it
Thanks.
makes my head
me.
itchy just to say something like that. But maybe it cured lice. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while.
All right, we'll have to find out.
Right?
We'll see.
How do we find out?
Next season, school season.
Walk into a school and just start rubbing your head on some other kid's head and see if you get
Trying
lice.
on hats.
I can't find
at
any
Walmart.
lice here.
Go to Lost and Found.
What's that old man
You have
doing?
any-
Trying on all of our hats. Be
Right.
quiet, Billy. He's sick. He's
Put
a
your
sick
mask back
still-
on. Give me your hat. Doing something.
It's an experiment.
For science.
I'm experimenting. It's for science.
Science.
If you're looking at the videos online, the Tito's bottle that's sitting where Bill is,
Tito's.
according to our social media expert, our producer, our person who's putting the videos online, getting them out there.
More popular than us.
Right. Yes, the Tito's bottle with the sweater is more popular than us.
Trending.
Trending.
It's dressed better.
It's got the Q rating on that thing is through the roof. Okay.
You can't see it, but the Tito's bottle just has a sweater, no pants. So do we.
But that's where she says that's where the products will go when we get big.
Oh, so we're not.
There'll be
we're
product.
not supporters
There'll
of
be
them right
product placement in that spot.
now.
Okay.
So it'd be like, hey, Bill, you want a drink? Sure, I'll enjoy a Tito's.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Like,
You
that's
got this
exactly what
down,
you're gonna
buddy.
do.
Label out.
Because they're like the first batch of videos that went out, there was a popcorn bowl
Yeah.
that said White Sox on it, and she was like, "That's where the product placement goes.
That's why we put it there.
You're going to trust that with me?
You have the better shot where you're at, because I'm kind of a close up, and you guys are a wide shot. So yeah, it's going to be
Oh,
there.
that's fat.
The Uncola. Oh, that's 7-Up. I'm not. I'm terrible at this.
Read the cue cards, Bill.
Sorry.
Read the cue
What is
cards.
Sprite?
Read the cards.
I don't know what Sprite is anymore.
Do you need stronger reading glasses?
We need some 7-Up because I
But the thing is like this may be good for you as well, because she was like, we could probably put something on the microphone stands, and I was like, Bill would love a sign that
right in
covered him
front.
up. on the
You're like Mike
microphone
Wazowski. You can't see me.
All you see is his hat above this big giant placard.
Wilson from Home Improvement.
That's you. One of the other things that's new here, and people can't really see it when we're doing the show, and you can't see it when you're listening to the show, no matter what. But underneath the bar
Can
now,
we see it?
yeah, you can't
can
see it.
see it?
You can't see it from
Who
where
can
you're
see
at.
it,
You'd have to
Chris?
get up and walk around the bar to see it.
That
We have
sounds
a
like a lot of
brand
work.
new studio now down here at the 9 Foot Homemade Oak Bar. Okay, now,
New studio.
But no one can see.
well, yeah, that's the
It's
beauty of it.
invisible.
Right? Sure you have. This is another
shrunk
one of
it.
your delusions. Yeah. Chris has got a new wife, too, and she's
Yep.
6'1" blonde, and she's beautiful.
Well,
You can't see her.
there'll be no more of those.
Don't try to call
There'll
her.
be no more
She
of
doesn't
those.
have a phone.
Ladies, the only way I'm getting married a second time is if you have a lot of money.
For money. For money, yeah.
First one was for love, second one's for fun. That's what I've been told by several
Tell us
people.
about this new studio you got, Chris. Beautiful, by the way.
That we can't see.
It's so nice.
So
Did you get it in Canada?
yes, the original studio is a laptop and a power surge, even though it's plugged into a surge protector. A power surge seems to have made the battery inside the laptop that ran this studio explode.
Sounds like the beginning of a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And then acid
He's a superhero
from
now.
the battery
Podcaster man.
went through every drive
Kept
in the
him
system,
boring.
slowly eating through it. And it would just eat one driver and then it would go into the next one. So things are just disappearing off the screen one day. And the best part about it, Bill,
Like it was slowly disappearing? Like,
It sounds like a
the
bad-
picture from Back to the Future?
bad
yes,
Like
that's
your
what it looked like. It looked like the Back to the Future picture. And
Oh, no!
and the thing was, when it first started going
Did you just let
haywire,
it go through Mike first and then stop it?
I was definitely what was the brother's name? I was definitely him, yeah.
Oh, no. Let me save you. I'll try.
oh, Mike's gone. Can we save the rest of the
They
system?
came back. everybody came
How'd you
back.
save the stuff before him and after him? But he's gone.
Can we save the rest of the system? We can actually bring him back. Nah, what if we just wanted to save the rest of the system? What if we just wanted the rest of it, but he melted and went away? What would that cost? Ballpark it for me.
It was too expensive, right?
But the thing is, so I'm on the phone with tech support because I'm on with it's Sweetwater. If you've ever heard of this, they're basically like the Google of audio. I mean, they have a whole campus there. They put stages on the interior and exterior of their building where rock bands come in and they try out all the equipment before they go out on world tours.
Nice.
Okay, and they've got radio studios in there, and they've got any kind of sound equipment you could think of. Okay, and they have this online store, and they ship things like overnight, like boom, they just send you stuff. So I have tech support with them, and I jump on, and this poor girl, it's after hours tech support when it starts going wrong. And the people that are working
not
that
the A-team.
that is not the A-team.
Yeah.
Okay, and she sounds very young. Okay. And
some guy's like 10-year-old daughter. Get the phone, honey.
okay, mister, my dad's done with work, but it's after hours, so I take over for the next couple hours.
He said to turn it off and turn it on again.
Yeah, have you tried to Fonzie it? I don't know what that means, but so she gets on and she says, "Can I take over the computer?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So, she gives me a code and all of a sudden I see my mouse moving because she's running it from where she's
Skynet
at.
started.
Right. And
Just got full of references tonight.
as she is clicking on buttons and trying to fix it, all of a sudden the entire D drive that has every bit of audio in the studio disappears.
You just hear her go, "Oh God."
Oh yeah, I heard it. See, that was the
What's
thing.
that? Nothing.
So I saw it disappear right there on the screen. And then I hear her mutter to herself, and then I felt like I could hear the click when you put somebody on mute, where she probably was just dropped F-bombs. Like, what did I
Smashed the
just do?
phone down, probably, yeah.
So she comes back, and then she's just like, "Okay, let me see if I can do this." I go, "Well, hold on a second. Did you see that whole drive disappear?"
What?
And she goes, "Well, I didn't do that." I said, "You were running the computer when the whole drive disappeared."
No.
Now, I have since called up Sweetwater and said, "Will you please get a
And
message to this poor
apologize.
girl that it wasn't her fault?"
It was though.
No, it wasn't. It was because the acid was eating through the interior of the computer at the
that's when
same
it
time that
happened.
she was trying to fix
Gotcha.
things. She didn't know that. That wasn't her fault. But at the time that she was fixing things were disappearing. And I was like, "What are you doing to my computer? My whole business is disappearing." Like this poor girl. And I didn't get really angry. I just had like that, I just lost 6 years of work. It wasn't me. Are you sure it wasn't you? Like, I'm like in that calm but angry
You're a nice
thing.
guy. You could have kept it going.
Yeah.
This is every phone call I got my first 10 years of work.
Yeah. So, and then I find out that the thing was being eaten and destroyed and stuff like that. So I was like, the first thing I did, I actually bought the new system from Sweetwater. And it's just really powerful, like 10 times more processing power, everything else. Not a laptop
You
anymore.
got
we're
the
using.
anti-acid undercoating.
Right,
too,
I
on
got
this
the
one, so-
anti-acid undercoating
Yep.
on there and everything else like that. And I every time I call her, I'm like, "Can you just get a message to the tech girl?" And I give her name, and I'm like, "Everything's working great. I hope she's still employed there." Like, her dad did not give her cookies and milk that night.
No,
Not at all.
Not at all.
All right, so I want to ask you guys a kind of serious question.
Uh-oh. We're not good at those.
Hold on, let me pour a drink before you.
Yeah, let me get one too. Hold on.
I'm gonna have a Sprite. And Tito's. The official drink of the left side of the bar. I'm Southside Pie.
I'm still drinking NA beers. I'm still on the non-alcoholics.
The right side sucks. Right field sucks.
Right field sucks. Right field sucks.
All right, let's get serious.
All right. So I feel like it's early. Like I'm not ready for it yet.
Are you talking about
Like
time tonight, time in general?
In my life.
Oh,
at
okay.
this juncture, right?
All right.
Early
Like
in your
it's
life.
very clear I'm divorcing, and it's very clear there is no reconciliation coming
Yes.
between the two of us,
Okay.
and that this is messy and ugly and awful and whatever. But it's going to end, thankfully, at some point.
Okay.
And that's good. So I've had people ask me, like, "Are you going to get back out there?" And I am in no way. Like nobody wants
Well,
this.
it's very fresh. Why
It's
would
too fresh. I'm not right.
I'm sure you got a sour taste in your mouth, right?
But I've had people start to suggest to me dating apps.
What?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Already?
And it's like, and I'm like, and the
For
funny thing
Christian
is,
mingle?
the funny thing is, well, the first one that got asked to me was when my sister asked me if I had joined Farmers Only lately.
That's awesome.
I was like,
you're not a farmer.
I want to be on a fun one like that, right?
Yeah.
Take a
And
picture
then-
of myself in overalls, even though I'm not on a farm,
And
and,
then
see
you
how
can say,
long I
like,
can
oh,
do it.
I play Farmville online.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that counts, right?
Right.
It's virtual farming.
Farmers Only, like I want to be on one of the ridiculous ones,
Yeah,
right?
why wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to go mainstream. So I sat down and I opened up like the App Store, and
This
I
is
started
being serious.
I
That's a
started
rabbit hole you
scrolling
do
through.
not want to go down.
Oh my
Chris.
God, there are some weird ones.
I think
in
there's
there.
a clown one.
There are.
Oh wait, there's multiple
There's
clown
one, there's,
ones?
there's one in there for people that just dress up as anime characters and meet up. I mean, there's some weird stuff on these apps.
Hey,
Weird
what do they
stuff.
What do they call that rule? It's like Rule 47. Did you ever hear about that?
What's Rule 47?
I think that might be it. I have to check it out. But it's basically, if you could think about it, you could think about anything. There is, a pornographic movie about it, or there is someone that fantasizes about
Somebody
it.
came up with it.
Someone think about the weirdest thing. Someone out there fantasized about it or has a fetish about it.
And if you Google it, you'll find it.
Most likely.
Yeah, that'll
It's
probably
scary.
happen.
The world's a scary
Yeah.
place.
The world is a
We're very
scary place.
creative. It's,
Well,
there's two different ways to look at
I
it.
try to explain it to my kids. Like now, I mean, the older ones, the two teenagers, like, especially my son, because it's a thing. Like I imagine me at almost 16 years old, like he's about to turn 16 here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And if you would have given me a handheld computer with the power to look up any image I wanted to,
I was ripping pages out of the bra section of Sears catalog.
right? I mean, that's the thing.
Trying to do it neatly too, so my parents didn't
Right.
find out.
Your mother would get a closed catalog and you would be pulling out just one section of it, right?
Yeah, right.
Like my dad used to get Victoria's Secret magazines
Yes.
sent to the house because he would
Good
buy
stuff.
something for my mother, but he was buying her at that age like a robe for Christmas.
Right.
But he'd buy it
You
from
weren't
them.
looking at the
I
robe
wasn't looking at the
section.
robe section.
have a robe
and then,
section?
And what would happen is it would show up and it'd be in the
Crotchless
mail,
robe?
and she didn't want the thing. And
Right.
I'd see her throw it on the top of the garbage can, and she'd walk out of the kitchen, and I'd grab it right off the top of the garbage can, stick it underneath
Right.
my shirt. I'd have it underneath my shirt, walking up to my room, stealing the
Sticking
Victoria's
with it.
Secret.
See you in 45
minutes.
seconds.
Exactly. Right? So if I was doing that at that age, what the hell is he looking up on his
Oh,
phone?
God.
Right? So I keep telling him, like, look, you might think it interesting to type something into your Google search. You have to remember though, if you type it in, it's going to show up. And you're never going to get that image out of your head.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
can't even imagine.
that's an actual conversation I've had with him. Like, if you search it, you will find it. You may end up on a list.
Yeah.
Somebody may come knocking on the door.
You should have
Like,
given
if
him an
you-
example
If
of
you
something,
think of
right?
something, you'll find it, and you may regret finding
I
it.
did this like 10 or 15 years ago with a friend, and we were joking around. It was like, kind of when
Did
Google,
you do it at the library so nobody could trace that you're the
it
one that
wasn't
did the
about
search?
pornography. It was about Google in general. And Google was still kind of in its infancy where it was like kind of fresh. But I was just amazed on how you could Google anything and find anything. And I said, just give me a phrase, anything. Like I think I was telling someone about Google. I said, you can find anything on the internet. Give me a phrase. And my friend said, Spider-Man taking a dump.
Right.
And I searched for it, and there was like 100 pictures of Spider-Man on the toilet. And it was just amazing that just some random stupid thing that he came up with trying to make a joke, and the internet was full of those images.
Full of people dressed as Spider-Man taking a
right
dump.
after Google came out too. So now that's probably 1,000-fold.
Yeah.
I
There's
can't
probably
imagine
Spider-Man
if you-
taking a dump on Spider-Man.
Right, that's right. Two
While-
Spider-Mans,
on
one
a toilet.
Two Spider-Man
Spider-Man's
standing
one
in the background.
I mean, the multiverse.
My
you know.
spidey senses are tingling after watching that one.
So what app did you pick?
I haven't picked an app. No, I mean, seriously, I'm not going to get on it yet. The first thing is the fact that the kids are linked in with my app. So if I get Tinder, it's going to pop up on my daughter's. And secondly, I don't want to date.
You need to not date.
I don't want to date.
I'm saying that in a very general term.
Right.
Maybe you know what that means.
No.
That's what you need.
That's what I want to do, not dating.
Right.
Right. Are we talking about the same thing here?
I think so.
Oh, I know.
I not dated in college.
Yeah, I want to do I want to do the not dating I was doing in college.
That's what I'm not saying that's what
there's an app for that too.
That's what you could probably.
But there's an app for that too, right?
I'm sure. Yeah.
So that's the app I need. I need the not dating app. The not dating app.
Someone hasn't made it called Not Dating. We need to make that app right now.
Totally not dating.
Totally. We are totally not going to talk to each other after this happens.
That might be too long, but yeah, that's it.
We are totally never conversing again. If you see me in the store, look the other way and keep going. Right.
One time only.
One time only. Forget my name. Go someplace else.
You don't have to be lonely at one time only.
You got it. That's an app. It'll be created in the next 30 days by somebody who saw this video. And I'll have to pay $30 to be on the app per month.
The app for people who only want to go on a date one time only. And dates in quotes.
Dates in quotes. I went to a third grade basketball game this morning on a Sunday morning.
Awesome.
Third grade basketball game.
What was the final score? 8-3?
I've seen those games.
What was better? That or the finals of the WNBA championship?
Oh, no, the third grade basketball game was intense. Those kids are flying all over the place.
Who would win? The Chicago Sky or the third grade basketball team?
The third grade basketball team.
I'm so sorry. That's terrible.
Could give.
I'm saying that because it's just a common
There was
joke.
a bigger crowd at the Mount Greenwood Rec Center than at a WNBA game.
Well, it's because you could drink for free at the Mount Greenwood Rec Center. So
true on a Sunday, especially on a Sunday morning.
So no, I go to think. You know, my kid Nick he's got the basketball skills of his father.
Oh,
so he's terrible.
And his grandfather and his brother and basically all Lanutis. There aren't a lot of really good Italian basketball players, right?
A famous NBAer named Lanuti.
Yeah, there's never been.
No,
there's no. I mean, think about it. Come up with like a famous Italian basketball
sports
player.
In general. I mean,
right? Yeah, you don't really get that.
No.
Like when they do like the World Baseball Classic,
Calavito.
they can't find enough Italians that play baseball to put on the Italian team.
So it's Americans with Italian names.
Or sometimes it's Americans that don't have Italian names, right? I mean,
they find some
Italian
dude from
for
Haiti
dinner.
and they're like, your name's Vincenzo today.
Right. Really good at making food.
See.
Really good at making food. Not so good at dribbling the basketball.
Right. Okay.
That's what the Italians
That's
are.
fine. We're all good at something.
Right. Exactly. So he's got the same skill set as me. So like to me, I felt like he had a spectacular game. 4 rebounds.
Oh, okay.
3 of them, the ball just hit him in the face, and he luckily grabbed onto it as it fell on his head. And the 4th one legitimately picked it up after it bounced 6 times and no other kid was around.
Still counts.
Okay.
Nice.
2 steals. More the other kid lost
one was
the
a
ball.
One was some guy's wallet.
Right. Because he's Italian.
He's Italian.
He's Italian.
Hey, look over there.
What was the ball?
Were they wearing white tank tops too?
and then he had 1 shot.
They weren't all
One shot.
Italian. Just him. Just his kid
Just
was
my
wearing it.
kid. No, the other kids are
Well,
really
it
good
looked
at
weird
basketball.
if he was the only one wearing it.
Really, there's some really good players on these teams, but no, not my kid. And he even said it today. He was describing it. Were you here when he was telling?
I missed that part.
He was like, "I'm the worst basketball player on my team, but I'm getting better." That's what he said. That's how he described himself to people today when he saw him.
Self-awareness.
I'm the
That's what
worst
your nephew.
basketball
I think that's what
player
your
on my
nephew
team.
said about his younger brother too.
Yeah.
So
he but then he had the 1 shot, and the shot was basically what his father would have done in the 3rd grade.
underhand.
The ball magically ends up in his hands. The kid didn't pass it to him. His teammate tried to pass it to another kid. It went off somebody's arm, and it bounced off.
Like, dude,
and it hit my kid in the chest, right underneath the hoop. He's just
How many people in there were yelling, "Shoot it!"
Everybody yells it. Other parents are yelling because, again, this kid never gets a shot off.
Right.
And he's the shortest kid out there. The little
got that
Italian
going for him,
kid.
too.
Okay?
They're expecting
Short
like
and Italian.
they're expecting the Rudy moment from
Little
him, right?
Nicky Lanuti's out there.
He's gonna make
right.
it.
Little Nicky Lanuti's out there with a basketball that's as big as him. Okay? And he takes this thing And in desperation, he knows he's got
grabs
to get
it and
that
says,
shot
This
off.
is a bigger meatball.
He takes this thing. I'm not kidding. He takes this ball right away. He takes it and he just throws it right up in the air. But the hoop is over here.
Amazing.
He fires it in the opposite direction
All right.
of the net because he doesn't realize where he is. He fires the ball away from his own
Okay.
net. He just gets the shot off.
He got it.
He
yeah.
gets the shot off.
Right.
He looks around. He goes, "Oh, that wasn't where the net is."
Right.
Then he just runs down to go play defense.
All right.
That's when he
Good
goes
job,
down.
guys. Come on.
Hey,
Get back in there.
you got to take your shot, you know?
He took his shot.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Chris.
Yeah.
He misses 100% of the shots he doesn't take, too. Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Nick Lanuti once said, I missed 100% of the shots that I do take.
Take that, Wayne Gretzky.
Mamma mia.
It's the Southside! It's the Southside! It's the Southside Pod! Thanks for listening! Thanks for tuning in to the Southside Pod! Y'all come back now, you hear?